and welcome back to Diamond Paintings with me, your host Mike. We've got another fan-dabby-dozy session here today. It's just turned 10:30 here in the United Kingdom, and we've got our cup of tea ready and time to get started on this fantastic painting, which I'm really enjoying. So today has been a busy start to the morning. I got up at 7 o'clock because I really wanted to get full steam ahead on this, and obviously I had to wait for the sun to come up because it was pitch black. I don't have a kitchen light at the moment, and yes, I've done that. And then at 8 o'clock, so I was reading my emails about 7, and then at 8 o'clock I was reading, 8 o'clock, still reading my emails. Done a bit of catching up on YouTube that I needed to do with some of my fellow diamond painters, and then I headed down to Tesco because I needed to get some things for dinner, and I saw a really good deal. You said diamond painting. I saw a really good deal, and they had Pringles for £2, and I thought, do you know what, that is a winner chicken dinner, guys. And normally they only have like selected flavours, but it's really weird because they've moved the Pringles up to where the cereal section is, which is like the other side of the store. Bit of a strange place to put crisps with the breakfast, but apparently there's this new thing out where certain foods can't go with certain things now, like chocolate can't go with biscuits and stuff like that or something. So they're changing it all around, and you're like, well, where's everything gone? So then I went, before I went to Tesco's, I went to get my next issues, so the Eddie Stobart and Titanic, and speak to them about what's causing the backlog. So very happy with that. Then I went to, after that I then went into Tesco. I've got a pizza. I don't like cooking, so I always get something quick. So I got pizza. I eat quite a lot of pizza. And then I got milk because I needed to get some more milk. And I also got some fairy liquid. So I had to get some more fairy liquid. And where possible, I'll try and order it on Amazon because I just like the fact of ordering and not going out. So then I've got some custard creams because I'm always having to stock up on them. Because once you have one, you can't stop. They're very moreish. So then after that, I got, what was it? Yeah, pizza, prawn cocktail, Pringles. Then I also got sour cream and onion Pringles, that's the other thing. Fairy liquid milk and a pepperoni pizza. And I was going to get custard, I was going to get custard and chocolate, but I put them back because one, I didn't have enough, and two, I'm trying to stop eating fatty stuff. So so done that. Then I came back and did an update video from my other channel, which was really good. And then I thought, right, I'll have some Pringles and watch some videos to get them down a bit. And then that's where we are now. So I set up for diamond painting and wanted to get some more of that done. So also, by getting up early should mean that I get a decent night's sleep rather than 2 o'clock in the morning, because it is very unhealthy for you staying up like that. So yeah, so that's really good. And it's just been a really productive day, really. Normally when I do filming, I do a bit of the Halloween painting, I do a bit of my emails, go back to reading, you know, that sort of thing. And yeah, it's pretty good, really. So yeah. Then they're saying on the news that they don't think Liz Truss is going to be in the office for much longer. I want her out. I've had enough of her. Like, she don't seem to know what she's doing. So yeah. So done that. Then I had a response back from the tribunal that I'm dealing with at work, and they're still trying to chase the respondent. So Yeah. So yeah. But yeah, apart from that, it's just been a really productive day. What's nice about the section that we're working on here is each layer that goes down, we get more and more of the teeth appear. So it's going to be really nice to see once we've got that teeth section done. And then last night I was watching EastEnders and I spoke to my friends and I was like, I don't think it's on, because she asked me what I was going to do this evening. I said, well, I would have watched EastEnders, but it's not on. And she checked her Virgin Media box and she said it is on. So I was like, oh wow, because I didn't expect EastEnders to be on, because it's not normally on a Wednesday, but I think that sometimes, like, if football's on, then they'll put it on, and because obviously we've lost today and that, but yeah, it's really good. I mean, anything with football, that rakes in a lot of money for the BBC. So yeah, but it's been a bit slow on the emails today, which is nice, so really good. And I keep getting heart palpitations, like because I've got high blood pressure. It just feels like my heart is like it's like a muscle spasm, and it just scares me, because I'm like, oh no, you know, because I don't know if it's a start of a heart attack or what, because yeah, it's quite scary, but I think it was just a muscle spasm. Then I found a spider again and I killed it, because I don't like spiders. So I've got this fly killer thing, and what it does is, if you spray it on a fly, there's a chemical in the spray that basically collapses their airways and it just kills them. So I tried it on a spider, and I've got vinegar. Window cleaner's got vinegar in it, so I sprayed that on it and it soon buggered off. So one thing you want to do to kill spiders is spray them with vinegar. They hate vinegar, so I don't know where they're all coming from, but I can't stand spiders. It's not so much, the smaller ones are okay, but the big ones, oh man, they do not like, they proper like run, didn't they? So yeah, I'm not in love with them. And I was watching my other friend who's got a nice set of these boats, but they're pink, so yeah, it's pretty good then. But yeah, apart from that, I might take a nap later, because I do feel a bit tired. I was up till 2 last night. Because I have been on sleeping pills before, but because I'm on these heart pressure ones, I don't know if you can take them with that. So yeah, but I hate sleeping pills, because even though you take them through the night, they make you feel like shit the next day. They are really, really not nice. You feel drowsy, you feel tired, you just want to sit down, you can't focus, so yeah. And then I got a letter the other day, something to do with the £10 off an eye test, and I need to get that sorted, because I keep leaving it, and they wrote to me a while ago saying I've got a 2-year eye test that needs renewing. So I used to be at Vision Express, but I've moved to Specsavers now, because they were awful, Vision Express. So yeah, it wasn't. The manager there is not very professional. Let's put it that way. He's not he's a grumpy git. God, sorry about that, my dual pen was stuck. So yeah, last night I was watching EastEnders and I ordered a chicken. Not a physical one, I ordered, because I'm doing a farm theme next year, so I've got a horse, a duck, no, I've got a horse, a cow, and I saw this chicken, and it was in the Prime deal thing, because Amazon have got this thing over the 11th and the 12th of October. There was like a special sort of discount day, I suppose, if you want to call it that. So yeah, it was pretty good. I'm just going to move these into an available slot because they're in my way. And yeah, they had like a special discount day thing. So this painting was $3.99, and I thought for that sort of price you can't say no. I tried to keep paintings as low as possible because some of them are like £10, and you look at them and you think, well, they're not worth £10. And Fancels is brilliant. The amount of paintings you can get, they're near enough £2.99 each. So I'm just trying to keep it under the £5 belt. I can get a lot of paintings for that price. But what's interesting is I had a cat that I liked yesterday, so I put it in the wish list and it was £5. Today it's shot up to £6. So it's almost like they know you want to buy it, but they try to get a profit. I don't know why they can't just keep it at the same price, because they're always sort of like fluctuating. Amazon's pricing fluctuates so badly. So after this, I've got to film some of the Eddie Stobart. I've got to do some military watches, try and sort out what the issue is with Titanic at the moment, and then go through my file because I've got to try and work out what issues I've got and what issues I don't have. So yeah, pretty good really. But another reason why I got up today is because I really want to try and get this painting finished, because I really need to get started on the November one. So yeah. But what I'm going to do is it's probably going to be an hour, 4 hours a day, because we've got such a short time frame to get it done. So yeah. Let me know in the comments if you do any carving, like pumpkin carving. By the way, thank you to everyone who's left a question at the moment. I am trying to just gouge and get some more questions in. Once I get a few more questions, then I'll do a diamond painting Q&A. But there's not enough questions at the moment to do that. I've only had 2 questions so far, so if I can try and get it to 10 questions, then I'll try and do a Q&A. I just don't think it's worth doing it for 2 questions. So yeah, we'll wait and see on that one and go from there. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this chicken because when I ordered it, it looked really bright colouring, and it said it was 12 times 16, and I was like, what sort of size is that? So I always look at the pictures and the reviews before I buy it, and it looks like a 30 times 40, but they just measure it a different way. So very, very exciting for that. I think it's going to be a full drill. I don't think it's a partial, and I think it'll be really lovely colours. Be nice if it was ABs, but we'll wait and see. But what I'll be doing is I'll be doing an unboxing, probably this year if we can squeeze it in somewhere. It won't be between October and November because I'm busy. I don't do any other paintings or unboxings while I'm doing the theme. So I'll try and squeeze it in for January. So yeah. Be nice to do January because we're going to be doing Hobie the Lion again. That was a painting that Gemma Fan 4 got me. And I called it Hobie because in Wild at Heart they call it Hobie, and I was watching Wild at Heart last night, and I'm up to the episode on series 2, episode 7 I believe, where Danny he accidentally shoots himself in the leg with a tranquilizer dart. He was supposed to dart, there's this giraffe and lion, and in the film they're called, Hobie's got his real name, which is Hobie, and then the giraffe is called Gwendolyn, and he tries to shoot it because I think it was coming near him, or I think the lion was after the giraffe or whatever happened, and he shot himself in the foot. So obviously it's not real, it's acting, so it's probably an empty dart, but yeah. So he put it in the water to try and get it off, I suppose. But I'll never forget this time. So I believe it was while they were filming. I mean, I haven't watched it for so long because it was axed, so I bought the DVD set, which was like 48 quid, and money well spent. And I'll never forget this, but during, like, I think there was an interview or behind the scenes, one of the giraffes is called Hamley, and I think they said he was pretty young, and it was tragic. This is a real event. And so it goes, he was out one day near the pool. There's a pool that they use or something, and he got stuck in it or something, and they pulled him out. But apparently he also got struck by lightning, or whether that was his sister. But one of them got struck by lightning and sadly was instantly killed. Because don't forget that your body is a chemical reaction. So, you know, you've basically got, it's like electric running through you. Like your heart is the pump, your nerves, like the heart is the engine, the nerves and all the blood vessels, they're all like the electrical cables keeping you moving and stuff like that. But Wild at Heart does hold a special place in my heart. It's a film I deeply miss. I've watched one of the actors, Luke, he plays Evan, but his real name is Luke Ward Wilkinson, and I've watched him in various movies. Christmas Miracle of Jonathan Toomey. I've watched him in Beautiful People. I've watched him as a kid grow up in Wild at Heart because he done the very first episode right up to the 8th, and it's lovely how you see him start off as a child, and then he, you know, by the end of the film he's like an adult, you know. So it's just a magical program, and I just wish that one day it could revive. I mean, all the actors miss it, and well, most of them do. I mean, Dion Stewardson sadly hanged himself in a bathroom, which I spoke about this previously on a different video, but apparently he had leg pain or something, and he was found in his hotel room in Aberdeen dead. He was very insistent that he didn't want to go to the hospital, and he wrote his missus a note or something, and he said, you know, this is when I want to go, let me go in my time. And yeah, he felt like he couldn't deal with the pain anymore, and he hanged himself. And this is the thing, I see so many people like all on the news saying, oh, this person's been hit by a train, and that's not the way of dealing with it. You know, there's people out there who will listen, there's people out there that will talk to you. You know, that is not the way out of it. You know, talk to people. People are out there to listen. So yeah, it's so every night I watch a bit of Wild at Heart, and it's only like an hour or so, but I just miss it deeply. I don't like to watch YouTube all the time. I just like to vary it a bit. So as you can see, guys, we're coming up to the end of this line, which is lovely. Yeah, man. So yeah, now what I do is if I want a new painting, I try to hold off as long as possible and order it when I'm approaching the end of one. But then at the back of my mind, you know, there's some paintings where you just really want to order it there and then, and it's like you're debating. And I think for me, the reason why I order so many is because I worry that they'll go out of stock. And some of them come from like overseas, so yeah. Oh, by the no, actually, that's the other channel. If there's anybody watching on here from my other channel, World of Mike, and also my other channel that is called Crafts with Mike, I think I put this on World of Mike, but the Grow Your Own, I think it's called Grow Your Own, that's a magazine that they sent the wrong copy, the November copy. They're actually sending me the October copy, but they have said that you don't get seeds every month. Apparently the reason why we didn't get any seeds with the November copy is because you can't sow them in that month. You can't grow them in that month. So apparently it varies between seasons. So it reminds me of that song. You know that song that goes, we have joy, we have fun, there are seasons in the sun. La 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 la. Oh, do you know what? I love that David Essex song. You know, the one that goes, it was only a winter's tale, such another winter's tale. Or the one that goes, a spaceman came travelling from a ship from above. It was like years ago. But that guy is called Christopher Burr, and he also sings, Lady in Red is dancing with me. See, again, another round one. But yeah, he looks so like my driving instructor, Mike Harrison. Oh my God, it's like, sometimes I think, oh, it's Christopher coming up the road. But yeah, oh, this is nice. I found a lot of that Z colour as well, so well, I don't want to focus on filling that at the moment. What I want to do is we'll tackle that at the end, because I really want to get this moved. My goal is to try and get to the end of this today. So yeah, it's something that, yeah, really want to do and get done. But if you notice, Jeff, through the week it goes really quick, but then on a weekend it feels like the day drags. I've completely lost where I am with Strictly, because I didn't realise that it's on at 6:30 as well on a Sunday, so I'll sort of give up with that. But I'll try and you know, catch up with it at some point. So gonna do the rest of this line, and then I'll have a bit of tea, and then we'll mark up the next block. But Terry's face is coming to an end. I picked up a Terry's chocolate orange today, but I didn't have enough on me, so I had to put it back. It's annoying when you do that. Whoa, whoa, babushka, 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 hiya. I wish that there was a Russian program with Rylan Clark Neal, and it was called Babushka, and they would open dolls that would reveal, you know, Russian dolls that would reveal a cash prize. And if they picked the wrong doll, they lost the whole amount of money. But these game shows, it sort of makes you think, well, where does all this money come from? You know, they're giving out probably, I mean, they say £10,000, but apparently a lot of them play for charity. And I'm like, well, where the hell do you get all this money to give out to people? I mean, if that's per every single game or every contestant that goes on, they must be rolling in it. You know, how the hell is it funded by the lottery? Or I'd be keen to know that. But I love watching anything, you know, like medical programs. There used to be a program called Bizarre, and oh my God, the amount of things you saw on there. There was people coming in with wood stuck through them, all sorts. And I'll never forget this man. He got tangled up in a machine, and they had to take, the only way they could get him out was to take the machine, decassemble the machine, but with his arm still stuck in the machine, and they had to take it to hospital with them. on a specially adapted ambulance. I'll never forget that. I love any medical program. I love watching surgeries. I find it very interesting. I love watching autopsies. I've always had a passion for, you know, medical things. That's why I do a collection called How Your Body Works, because I like finding out how each organ works and all that sort of thing. You know, it's something that I'm very passionate about. You know, the amount of stuff that they tell you, like the important part of your body is the brain. And then I was watching this thing last night on TikTok of how someone dies. And apparently your heart stops, and whether this is true or not, I don't know, but apparently your heart stops, your eyes roll back, and then your brain goes dead or something. But then over time, your body skin just dissolves. I mean, I dread to think what it'd be like when you die. Like, I've always wondered if you actually feel it. Because obviously, when you breathe in and out, you know what it's like. If you hold your breath and then you're running out of time, you go like that to get, because you need to catch your breath. So it's always like, you always sort of wonder, how does that feel? And I dread to think, really. I mean, I'd love to live forever, and I've always had, I know it sounds stupid, but I've always had this idea that you can inherit a pig's heart, because it's exactly the same as a human heart, and live forever. But I don't think, I'd like to do a Peter Pan theme, actually, Diamond Paint. I'd love to do Neverland. Because there's a guy called George, one of the guys are called Curly, and he's played by George McKay, who does Sunshine on Leaf. That's a good film, because it's a musical as well, so some of the songs are brilliant. I've been let down, messed around, told to get my feet back on the ground, when I should have been loved. I bet when you go, will you send back a letter from America? Take a work up the rail track from Miami to Canada. But my friend Amy from Theatreland, she's in Casualty, and when I saw her, I couldn't believe it was her, and I was like, oh my god, that is Amy in Casualty. She's the lady who's in the wheelchair. She had a grey suit on. I mean, I don't follow Casualty. It's not something that I'm into. I know I like medical programs, but the problem is with Casualty, it's made up. It's not a true situation. So yeah. Just realised I said I'll have a cup of tea, which I'm going to do as soon as I get this block marked up, the lower line. It just allows you to see where you're filling. So that's what I love about doing blocks. I'm going to probably do it to about that B. Yeah, I'll do that. Because obviously I've got up early today, it just feels like my parcel was taking forever to go out for delivery, but I've got to remember that they normally do it shortly after 11, so... But it's got to come from Cambridgeshire. And that's what, you know what I'm like, I say how it is, but this is what don't make sense. So they have a warehouse in Ipswich, so why do they take it, why do they ship it from the furthest one away? Do you see what I mean? It's like this item came from Redditch, it's gone past me to go up to Cambridge when it could have easily gone to the Basildon one. There's an Amazon depot in Basildon. So, do you see what I mean? It's a bit weird how they do things. So, yeah, if I go any further, it's going to turn into a rectangle, so, yeah. Right, I really must take a sip of my tea. What we will do as well is just use this little rolly device just to flatten it a bit. All this does is it just ensures that the drills are, hang on a minute, one's fell off. That one there. All this does is it makes sure that they're stuck You know, and if there's any ones that are a little bit not down correctly, or it will just flatten them a bit. So I don't really use this as much, but yeah, pretty good. But what is good to know is we're going to have quite a lot of spare drills, so we'll just whack them all in the same bag. I'll just take some ones that we're not using at the moment. So yeah, I haven't visited my relatives in over 2 weeks. I've just enjoyed doing this. But yeah, just I like my own space, you know. I like to, when you've got relatives that are in the way, you just feel like you need your own space. So yeah, it's quite good. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the chicken. But I've got loads of ideas. I want to do like I've got a big Harry Potter theme. I want to do a farm theme. I want to do a family theme. So the family theme would be like 1 month you'll see like my dad, the next month you'll see my mum, the next month you'll see my brother, that sort of thing. So we'll really stretch it out. But I do want to get some customs. I do have the last custom I got, I believe, was a giraffe that I took at Colchester Zoo, and I got it customed. That's the last one I recall of getting done. But I've been saying for ages I want to do a family custom. But trouble is, my mum don't like being on the camera, so I just want, you know, just a family one. Or you know when you all sit in a photo box and a professional takes your photo, like that, like in a white background, like, I don't know, you know how they sort of like lie on the floor and sort of like all smile at the camera, or they'll sit there and do a pose, and yeah, just like a big family custom painting. That would be amazing. Just check that. G, yeah, okay. Christmas all the time. La 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 la. Whoa, ding ding. I was supposed to get my new build the other day, and it's still stuck in Chelmsford. So Royal Mail need to get their act together. Because they're saying I will still deliver 48, and they're not. But apparently, Australia Post have a lot of problems. I hear so many things about Australia Post, about they don't deliver things, or they'll shove things in the letterbox. I sent something to my friend once, because I used to do the route master for him, and he basically, I sent him an issue and they rammed it. They don't care, they ram it in the post, and it obviously was broke, so obviously, yeah, they don't give a crap. Oh my god, that reminds me, there's a company, I'm not joking, Google it, there's a company called Who Gives a Crap, and it's basically a toilet roll subscription for a monthly delivery of recycled toilet roll. And I done it once as like a video, because you know what I'm like, I like to show new things. And yeah, this toilet roll was crap. It's really cheap, nasty stuff. But for me, how the hell we've got onto talking about toilet roll, I don't know. But for me, I like Andrex. The only toilet roll I'll use is Andrex, or, you know, that Cashels one. So yeah. There's a rim of glory, la, 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 la. So it's really exciting to see that we're now moving on to the next section. So really, really happy indeed. Yeah, once you get into it, it just speeds by. I mean, I've really, considering I don't work on squares, I've really enjoyed working with squares, so I may change it to squares. With rounds, it's okay, but squares you seem to get more of like a picture with it, so although it's slower, I'm really enjoying doing squares. So yeah, I think that's pretty awesome. But yes, I've got pepperoni pizza tonight. I'm getting sick of the sight of pizza, but I wanted to get fish fingers, but they were like £3.60 for a pack of 4, and I'm like, I ain't paying that. That's ludicrous. And then you've got like the hearty make or the Amiga make, and I like to go for the, you know, the proper one. But there's this fish, and oh my god, it's lovely. It's in a black box, and oh man, it is beautiful. For me, I do like a nice fish, chips and peas. And my friend, I watch a channel called Walk with Tim, and he does a lot of like fish and chip reviews. He does a lot of like hotel reviews and things like hotel reviews, beach reviews, all sorts of wonderful things. And he does a lot of fish and chip reviews, and yeah, it's really lovely. Some of the way the batter comes out is really nice, and when you see him eating it, you just really want to get fish and chips. But I suppose it's like, you know, if you wanted a Big Mac, you know, you just like order it, I suppose. I was going to get one today actually, but I thought, no, I'll be trying to stay off that. Ave Maria. Still can't get hold of the doctors to put this COVID jab in. Oh yeah, so apparently it was on Facebook, and Dec have got the have got COVID or something, so they've stopped filming or something. So I'm not entirely sure how that's going to work for next month, because normally what happens is with the show they'll go out in like June and July to get the set ready and do all like the voiceovers and that. But they're due to be in Australia in probably about the next few weeks. So if they get COVID out there, how the hell's the show going to work, you know? It's quite unusual for them both to get it. Because I always used to think they lived in the same house, but they don't. And I always used to wonder if they spend Christmas together, but they don't either. They spend it with their families and that, so does anyone know Timmy Mallet? He's so funny. He used to be an I'm a Celebrity, get me out of here, but it's about time we had something decent on TV rather than this bloody game show rubbish. Oh, we're getting to do the nose in this. Oh wow, excellent. But it's come out quite nice. It's not come out as I expected it, but it's really worked. It's like as I said, it's got this very dark appearance to it. So very happy with this, I have to say. Do 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 la 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 la. As I said, I do get quite a lot of emails, so just to pre-warn you, if you have emailed me, please don't think I'm ignoring you. I do have an automatic responder, which I think I set up. If it's not setting up, then I'll set that up. But I just get so many emails, I will get to it as soon as I possibly can, because I don't just deal with one email address, I deal with 4, because I've got 4 separate channels, and then I've also got my personal line. So yeah, it's quite hectic. So I will get round to it. But some people, they read their emails and then they keep the email on there for years, and it's like, with me, I read, reply, delete. Like my brother, he's got thousands on there where he just reads and responds and won't. He's got this thing about he don't like getting rid of things. it's like, as I said, it's really weird. He had this advent calendar last year. He ate all the chocolate out of it, and then just randomly kept an empty advent calendar. So I don't think he's got a hoarding issue, because he has been getting rid of some stuff lately. But he just has this thing where he struggles to get rid of things. Do you see what I mean? So there's nothing wrong with that, but it's certainly not normal to keep an advent calendar for nearly a year that's been emptied, you know? I can't work out if that's a D or I'm going to go with D. Bosh. It's like DVDs, isn't it? Like, we've come a long way. We've gone from VHS. Do you remember them big bulky VHS tapes? And, you know, to write over it, you would have to snap the black. There's like a little black thing on the front that you snap out so that you can record, so that you don't record over it. And then to bypass that, you could like tape over it if you broke it off. But with DVD, no, so we had VHS, and I was really naughty once. I'm not joking, but it was so funny. I used to, you know, because I normally would get DVDs and then chuck the VHS away. And I used to undo it, get all the black tape out of it, and then just put half of it in the toilet and flush it and watch it suck the black tape out of it. And then the manhole that was outside, I would lift it up, because we have a manhole in my relative's garden. I would lift it up, and you would see it all get tangled. It was so funny. But yeah, we've gone from DVDs and then Blu-rays, and even Blu-rays are starting to be phased out now because everyone's going digital, which is, I think, how it should be. Sorry, that one should be there. I bet all of us have put jewels in the wrong place and not really noticed, but carried on. Okay, let's see what's going on there. It's G, okay. There's a bit of fluffage on this from somewhere, so yeah. Ave Maria. I love singing. Sometimes I lie in my bed and I'm having a disco party with my headphones, like I'm listening to music on the AirPods, and then I'm like dancing around in the bed because I just love me music. And some music, wow, it just makes you want to get up and dance. So yeah. Ave Maria. It's actually called Ave Marie or something, but look at that, was that in the nose? Yabba dabba doo. They made a cock up here because what I'm noticing is the contour is coming round here, but then it points to one side. They should have really knocked that square off and bring this sort of into here to bring it round a bit more. So they've done a bit of a nose job on that. I mean, you could always sort of like cover it up with a different drill if you wanted to. I personally think this has got some colour coding issues as well. I think they've got the colours a bit wrong, because I don't know. We'll have to make that assessment at the end. But and then I heard about the news of, I knew anyway, I spoke about it previously, but one of the channels I watched, Sunny Stormy, her cat's died, and obviously Sunny, the orange one, is looking everywhere for Stormy, which was the grey one. So and in the video she looks very, very upset. The cat is just, because the cat doesn't understand where she's gone, so she's obviously crying for him. And I think she knows, you know, he's not here no more, but she's just crying, but because that was her companion, weren't it? So of course she's now got to get another cat for her. So it's always interesting how men die before women. I'd love to live to 100, but sadly I don't think that will happen because I eat so much crap. I'm actually surprised I don't have diabetes. The amount of shit I eat. I mean, I eat cakes and all sorts, and yeah, whole boxes of cakes. It's terrible. I just think I'm so used to eating cakes and that it's just hard to adapt not to eat them. The Works. Okay. I've not talking of The Works actually. I've not seen any. Sorry, I was yawning there. I've not seen any new Christmassy paintings from them. I'd like to see another canvas. You know, the one where they had a giant flower on this like backing. I would love to see another canvas. Yeah, they don't seem to have come out with any more at the moment. Boom, 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 boom. I want you in my room. Let's have this party together. Oh, I've been listening to this song, and it goes. It's called Strutting. Strut this way, do do do. Strut this way, do do do. Or something. It's really, really good. Summer loving and it's only a blast. I love listening to Grace musical, and I love listening to Mamma Mia, but the one that goes, you know, the very end song, I don't know what it's called, but I hate that one. It's so like windy and stuff. But hello, Gigi. Oh my god, that's a friend of one of my cats. One of my friend's cats. She's called what's her name? Not Letitia, something else. Lyra. No, that's the Golden Compass where she goes, a voice speaking beside her, Lyra. I haven't watched that film in a while actually, but that's the song that plays at the end. But they've been saying that on the news, apparently King Charles will be crowned in May next year. So a lot of things are happening next year. You've got Big Brother, you've got the King's coronation. I think it'll be a good year, providing this government sorts themselves out. Okay guys, I'm going to finish this line off and we'll call it on that session, I think, because I need to stand up now. I've been sitting in this seat for a long time and it's giving me cramp now. And as I said, don't worry if the drill goes on wonky, because as soon as you push another drill behind it, it levels it out. So, and also for the side as well, so it's yeah, quite a lot. Oh, I've got this Christmas tree coming that I saw on someone's channel, and I was like, can I have the link for that? So I'm going to be doing this. It's like a frame, but you hang baubles in it and you diamond paint them as well. So I'm going to do that in Christmas sort of time. Christmas. Whoops. I've got to remember that I forget myself sometimes, and I done that on the train once. I was singing and I forgot myself. I totally forgot I was sitting on the train, and this man looked at me and I was like, oh my god, I've just humiliated myself. Oh man. But yeah, I'm starting to get tired now as well, because I got up really early and